Alright, here we are for round 3 with Boltfolk. Things have been going pretty well, except we've been on the draw every single time. And we've had some awkward hands starting the game 1 hands. But I think this is keepable. I mean, even if we get Thoughtseize, well, I don't know. We have plenty of time to find a land, and we've got things to cast were we to not find one immediately, so I think we're fine with keeping this. If this is like burn or something, this is just too slow, and we're probably going to get run over. This is Skred, though. Probably playing Skred Dragons. This is not a very good matchup. But I guess we'll see how it goes. So, Skred Dragons, or something, it's Skred or Skred Dragons, is just, it's a little awkward for Merfolk. Because, they are essentially playing a bunch of bolts, similar to how we are playing. They likely have Anger the Gods, and Anger the Gods is mean and bad, and they should feel bad for playing it. Also, unfortunately, we haven't drawn any fetch lands, so right now we're vulnerable to a Blood Moon. But that's not a Blood Moon, but that is still a good card that will do some terrible things to us were it to stay alive. So the problem is now that they are just gonna probably jam a Stormbreath Dragon next turn, and then we're gonna be so damn behind that we won't be able to keep up. But I don't think there's much we can do about that, right? We just have to play a Merfolk Trickster at end of turn and hope to we have to hope that they have no dragons in hand, have no removal to deal with our creatures. I don't know. There's a lot of just many cards in their deck can do very bad things for us. But it's nice to see that they didn't just jam out a Glory Bringer or something here. Okay, so I think we're just going to flash in Merfolk Trickster. Which, I mean, all this is probably going to get eaten by Skreds and bolts. It's going to be a Skred and Bolt-a-palooza. So there's a fairly likely chance that this Wizard's Lightning just goes to Sarkhan's head, but actually it looks like we're just going to lose all of our creatures here, and there's a potential that Sarkhan's gonna just ult out of nowhere. Okay, so here I guess we are just going to go ahead and play a Mutavault. Gonna play a Mare Reejerey. Gonna play a Curse Catcher. Untap one of our Spire Bluff Canals. Oh, whoa, here we go. And then we are going to pray that we don't get we've got to pray that nothing terrible happens, but there's also the fact that almost everything in their deck and then their draws besides lands are very bad for us, besides the Relic of Progenitus, which we've already seen. So I don't have a lot of hope for this situation, but yeah, so here comes a very scary giant dragon that's going to rip into us. Thunderbreak Regent, yep. And the Sarkin's getting really big, and we haven't pressured them at all. Blood Moon, sure. So, and here's the Blood Moon that we were scared of. Okay, so... what do we do here? Do we go ahead and bolt this Sarkin? We're not bolting the damn Thunderbreak Regent, so I guess that's fine. So here what we can do, and I think what's going to be the play, is to just Spreading Seas our own Spire Bluff. Make sure so it's double blue. And then we're going to go ahead. Cool. We got some not bad draws. We're going to take 3 damage off of targeting this Thunderbreak Regent. But we had to do it. Alright, and we're going to kill this stupid Sarkin. Alright, and pass to you. So we still have 2 blue sources at least. Skred on our guy, that's fine. Swing. Yep. These Curse Catchers are looking pretty bad in the face of a Thunderbreak Regent. Alright. Thundermaw Hellkite. Wait. When it enters the battlefield, just 1 damage to each creature with flying. Okay. Well, that's not us. But now we're dead. Very dead. Okay, that went terribly. Again, this is going to be a terrible matchup. I don't think this is ever going to be good. They're just playing mono bolts, essentially, and Anger the Gods with big dragons as finishers. Like, this is always going to be terrible. I wonder if Curse Catcher comes out again. I keep cutting Curse Catcher, and maybe it's just a bad card. Maybe we don't want any 1-drops, but it helps when we have our aggressive starts. I guess Curse Catcher is fine. If you're, I mean, it's going to slow down Anger the Gods. Maybe the slow turn play is Mara Regery, and we don't want them. Tectonic Edge does nothing against basic lands. Relic is bad. Abrade hits some of their artifacts, but I don't even know what. So Negate and Spell Pierce are coming in, and I think we can take out some Wizard's Lightning. Did I put in something that I didn't want to put in? I don't know, I felt like I accidentally overclicked here. Yeah, we've got main deck 59. Do we even want bolts, is the question. Do they play anything that we actually want to bolt besides Sarkin? Maybe not. Maybe we just max out on creatures. Go back to our mono blue roots. Take out all the red. We can bring in a single bolt. Is that fine? That's fine. So we're playing Skred Dragons. Write this down. Skred Dragons, which is what I like to play first. Sure. This is keepable. So all these fetch lands are going to allow us to not be weak to Blood Moon. Going to fetch all our islands. This is actually very relevant music, considering it's technically Halloween right now. It's very early morning Halloween. Yeah, counter that. Pay 1. Do it. Alright, fine. Alright. I guess we didn't need to play that Spire Bluff, but Next turn, we're definitely going to play a Flooded Strand, fetch for basic island, or we get that basic island in our hand. So this is the kind of unfortunate thing. We don't want to just run into an Anger of the Gods. Really don't want to just run into an Anger of the Gods. So we can play this Mutavault, and we don't have to fetch. So, because we have an island in hand, just in case they try to jam a Blood Moon. We don't need to cast this. I just don't want to run into an Anger of the Gods, like give them pure value on an Anger. Sure. And maybe we don't have time to play patiently against this deck. I'm not sure. They chose not to discard a card. That's very relevant news. Alright. We're gonna slam into Sarkhan, I guess? Right? Yeah. Master Waves was a hell of a good draw. So, I don't want to play him right now because I didn't have anything on the board. But trust me, he is coming. He is coming. He's damn good against. Yep. So we're probably gonna see a really nasty dragon, Storm Breath or something. So the cool thing about like a Storm Breath or something coming out is we're just going to be able to tap it down with Tidebinder Mage. So we're going to be able to kill this Sarkhan. This kind of sucks here that he's going to exert it and kill Master of the Trident, but it is nice that we're going to have this Tidebinder and at the very least be able to... I guess I didn't need to fetch there, but that's alright. Getting hasty. I guess they're alright with losing their Sarkhan. Alright, show me what you got. An Anger of the Gods. Okay, that's fine. So, the cool thing now is thank you for drawing this Harbinger of the Tides. Thank you, deck. We're going to cast this Harbinger of the Tides, force it back to their hand, and then we were going to cast Master of Waves, and we are going to put a 8 power on the battlefield. So now we've got 10 power on the battlefield. I guess 13 power with Mutavault. And now it's in your court. You got to do something about it. Okay, well, multiple Anger of the Gods will usually do alright with that, but we're still going to be swinging for a lot. Okay, so the cool thing about this is we can play both of these. If they have another Anger of the Gods, like, what, we weren't going to beat 3 Anger of the Gods anyway, so we're just going to put everything on the board right now and say, and we're going to swing for, what, 9? And tell them that they got 1 turn to do something about it. And that Harbinger was a damn good draw. Skred. Yep. Alright, show me what you got to deal with this. That doesn't deal with this. Alright, do you want to trade with the Mutavault? Trade your dragon? Sure. I'm fine with that. I guess we could have played the Spire Bluff, but hey, now it looks like we might have something. Torch of Defiance? Sure. Add 2 red. A braid. Sure. So this Master of Waves is still going to kill them. We're just going to keep swinging. They're on a 4-turn clock. Go. I guess P and Kieran Nalar could do something about it because they have Thopters and the Thopters are colorless. Sure. Blood Moon. Sure. Want to cast that? No? Okay. Anger. Sure. All these angers, man. 3 anger the gods. Alright. Put you at 2. Do something about it. Sure. A braid. Sure. Do you lose? Sure. Sure. Okay. Let's sideboard. So has anything changed? Master of Waves is a good card. Would we rather have Tectonic Edges instead of Lightning Bolts? This Lightning Bolts don't do a damn thing against any of those dragons. What does Skred dragons normally run? Let's look at the list, just to make sure we know exactly what we're up against here. They've got to have shown up somewhere. Let's see, where are you, Skred dragons? Can we do this? Skred. Here we go. It looks something like this. Thundermaw, Storm Breath, Glorybringer, Avaricious Dragon, and Simian Spirit Guides. Nope, we have no reason to... we have 0 reason to have a bolt. So maybe we just put a Tectonic Edge in instead? I mean, it's not gonna... It could hit a Scrying Sheets, I guess, but... we're not worried about that. Sure, I'll keep... This is a keepable hand. Alright. So, it is of note that we are somewhat vulnerable to Blood Moon. Because we don't have 2 fetches, but we have plenty of time to draw into one, right? Maybe? Alright. Here's a Mare Regery. Ether Vial, sure. You want to Anger? Sure, I'll counter that. Pay 3 mana to kill my Curse Catcher. Wonder why you're using it so quickly. So here I think we can just play the Vial and leave up Trickster. Yep, I'm fine with that. What do you got? Varric's Blade Wing, sure. We're gonna tap that boy down. Pretend like he's not there. Okay. And then we're gonna bring him back to your hand just for good measure. Right? Do I cast the Harbinger? I guess we don't really need to. Because we don't want to run into another Anger. Is that right? So next turn, whatever they play, we can cast Merfolk Trickster instep. Then play Lord of Atlantis, swing for 12 next turn. If we have a land, if we get a land, we can put both Lords onto the field. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't want to run into another Anger of the Gods for no reason. Sure. Sure. Abrade my creature. Sure. Alright, we're gonna just do it again. I'm back. Alright, so how crazy is it to how crazy is it to not swing at Chandra and just put them on I don't know, maybe that's way too aggressive. But we could swing and hit for 9 damage this turn, put them at 4, and still have cards in hand. But I don't want to put this Lord of Atlantis into play unless I absolutely have to. Like I don't want to keep it right there in the Anger of the Gods range. Let's see. This is a mess. We could like put the Varric's Bladewing back in their hand, swing 4, and then have File up. I'm fine with that too. We should probably swing at Chandra. Probably shouldn't ignore Chandra. Alright. Attack Chandra, put her to 1. That way she can't minus to spot removal. And then we'll go ahead and cast the Harbinger and say, here, you can recast that if you want, but that's fine. This is a juicy Anger of the Gods, but I think if they had an Anger of the Gods, they wouldn't have played Chandra. Surprisingly, we're actually in a decent spot to win this now. Like, this is a pretty nasty matchup, but Master Waves can just win you a game, and then maybe you get lucky the other game. Sarkin, sure. We're gonna ignore them. If we draw a card and they play nothing, what are they gonna do here? Is this an Anger? No, they're gonna play a dragon. That's just fine. Glorybringer, sure. Alright, if they're exerting, yep, we're fine with that. We take 4. So we can vial in the Lord of Atlantis. They're all tapped out. Yeah, I think they're just dead. We can tick this up to 3. Put in the Mare Regery. And then play Lord of Atlantis. Untap a land so that we can play, or we can swing with Mutavault. And then that's game. Hey, we did it. Alright, we got there against Skred Dragons, and we're 3-0. Hell yeah. So, we're doing good. Let's hope we keep this up for the rest of the the league. We've got 2 more games. See you there.